I really missed you guys last week. I don't know about you, Cody, but I missed doing this last week. But it was for a really great reason.
Yeah.
Cody's grandparents, my in-laws, 65th wedding anniversary celebration. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know, got to meet a lot of their friends that we didn't know before. So, but it was a lot of fun. And, we did miss doing the podcast.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys missed us. So.
Oh, and then also I was on call last week too. I had Saturday off, but we were gone all day Saturday for the party. Luckily, somebody covered for me. And then Sunday, and like I said, I was back on call, and we wanted to give you guys a nice, relaxed episode where you don't have to worry about me having to take calls or leave in the middle of the podcast. So,
yeah, we don't want to rush through it anyway. So
yeah.
So we took a week off, but we're back. Hopefully, everybody's joining us today live on YouTube. It's Royally Quacked.
Yeah. Like I said, I miss this. It felt weird not having to post and stuff, new episode for this or this. I was because I have certain days where I do certain things, and then when I get on those days, I was like, oh, that's right, we didn't do an episode.
Well, you did let everybody know we were going to take a week off, right?
Yes, but
okay.
I meant it was just weird because I didn't have any new stuff to post.
And
there was no new reels or anything.
Adam, we're gonna really grind it out, baby, today.
No relaxing. Put in the work.
Yeah, and we won't have Mama Quack making any comments. She's on her way to a really good friend's baby shower, I believe. So
you don't know?
I think it's a baby shower. I'm pretty sure.
You think?
Said something about a rattle, so it's got to be a baby shower. I'm pretty sure it's that. So she's going to listen to this and slap me upside the head.
Probably.
Anyways,
you deserve it.
We got lots of news, lots of games.
Yeah.
So why don't we get it kick started, Cody?
All right, I'll start it out. Lukas Dostal was named the NHL Third Star of the Week. It wasn't from last week. It was the week before, the one that we missed. He posted a 4-0 record with a 2.18 goals against average and a 925 save percentage. And the next one is, I'm gonna skip that one for right now. This next one has nothing to do because you'll find out when my dad talks about his Kings news. But Elliot Friedman states the Ducks were ready to trade for Panarin without an extension in place. However, Panarin wanted a contract set in place before he gets traded. The reason for the hesitation on Anaheim's end is due to the amount of players that they already are looking to locking up to long-term deals. Carlson, Gauthier, Zellweger, and Minty. This is where the two camps stand at the moment, and it is expected that Panarin will be dealt before the Olympic break. But that's going to get spoiled later on. We'll get more information on the whole Panarin front later.
There you go.
So, and also they were saying Verbeek didn't want to give him an extension right away because he wanted to see if he was a good fit for us too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then last bit of Ducks news, or actually not last bit. The Ducks have reassigned center Tim Washy and right winger Sam Colangelo to San Diego Gulls because the AHL is still playing during the Olympic break. So let them; those two guys are going to get some more playing time. It's not like they're getting demoted. It's just they're down there so they can get more time. And then the last bit of Ducks news, I want to say, very sad news is the Ducks lost a legend. On January 25th, 2026, Ducks Towelman got his duck wings and took flight after an 8-month battle with small cell lung cancer. This and I took this from their post. They said, "We were all his favorite part about going to home games. As much as he loved the team, he loved the fans. He was well known around the arena for his positive vibes, and he always passed out those little lights that he always had on his fingers and his outfit. Like I said, I just he was a legend. I think I talked to him once. I said, and he was such a nice guy. And it sucks that we lost someone like this, like so early. I believe they said he was 56 years old, if I remember right. So very early, really nice guy. Like I said, I hope. I guess I don't know the name. I wish I did. I should reach out. But I guess I hope they're doing good. If you go on social media, you know, put it out there, let them know, like, hey, I'm sorry for your loss and stuff like that. Like I said, this guy was a legend. Like, he had the hockey mask, he had the full like Ducks towels as his outfit. And like I said, it just sucks that we lost a Ducks legend like this so early. So I just wanted to put it out there and and say, like, sorry for the loss, and us all us hockey and Ducks fans, we will say you will be missed dearly at home games. So, and then we got Adam in the chat. No mama quacked. Guess I've got to double up the chaos then.
Well, of course.
And then Marwa S2H1U said hi. Hello.
Hey.
And then that's it for Ducks news.
Kings news. And some of this is old news. I mean, Alex Turcotte day to day with an upper body injury. He has still not come back from that yet. And the Kings did recall Kenny Connors from Ontario Reign. He has 24 points, 9 goals, 15 assists in 41 games for the Reign. Then he also was maybe it's down farther, but he was loaned back to Ontario. Never did get to play in a game. But Taylor Ward came up and kind of impressed the coaches, and has played pretty well on the fourth line. I think it's Hellenius, Ward, and Malott. I think might have been maybe one of the best Kings lines of playing here lately. And they did sign him to a 2-year extension, $875,000, and it's at the NHL level. So that it's not a two-way contract. Also, I'm sure y'all already know this. The game between the Los Angeles Kings and the Columbus Blue Jackets was postponed due to the severe winter weather, which really affected. I work for a company that does cancer testing, which we get stuff from all over the country, and it really put a damper on getting the samples to our labs. These severe winter storms just don't cancel sports things. Something serious as somebody, cancer test that might help save their life got delayed. So, always be praying when that weather comes around for people's safety and so forth, and that things can transpire quickly if needed, like a testing for cancer. So, and Drew Doughty became the first ever King defenseman to reach 700 points. They also recalled Joe Hicketts from Ontario Reign. This is when they loaned Kenny Connors back to Ontario. And then finally, we got Anze Kopitar back in action after a stint on the IR. Now, the spoiler news Cody talked about. The Kings acquire Artemi Panarin, 50% retained for Liam Greentree, a 2026 third-round conditional pick, better of LA or Dallas third-round pick, upgrades to second if LA wins a playoff round this year. Wow. That's not going to happen, right? Fans, we know that's not going to.
I
I don't even know if we're going to.
I was gonna wait and say that at the end, but go ahead and finish the rest of the
Well,
trade.
yeah, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
We've been totally inconsistent this year. Totally inconsistent. So, and also a 2028 fourth round conditional pick if Los Angeles wins 2 playoff rounds in 2026. And there's no other information for that. So we're not going to do that either. So maybe we get to keep that pick if that doesn't happen. Then Artemi Panarin signed a 2-year, $11 million AAV contract extension. So it has a full no move clause in its entirety and is completely buyout proof per Puckpedia. 26-27, 1 million plus 11 million.
So, all right, I'll explain. So, his first year of the extension, which will be next season, his base salary is going to be 1 million, and he has a $11 million signing bonus. And then the second season also a $1 million base salary and a $9 million signing bonus. So they made it so it's buyout proof, because if you buy out a player, you have to pay them their signing bonuses no matter what. So that's why it's that way.
And I think this is
And a full no move.
Yeah, a full no move. We'll see what that's going to happen. He's not playing until after the Olympics. We're now in that Olympic break, fans. But also per GM Ken Holland is looking to trade Warren Fogle per Elliot Friedman. And I mean, after 2 years in a row of bettering his goals and assists in a season, he doesn't look anything like the player that they signed to a 3-year contract. So It's been very much a disappointment. And I got to tell you, like Taylor Ward, Malott, and even Hellenius look way better than him on the ice. And I find that sad. I mean, it would have been nice to have the Warren Fogle that played last year playing this year. We don't know what the problem with that was, but it was a problem. So we'll see what happens with that, because they're probably not going to get much for him since the way he's been playing. So it's basically get rid of his salary.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to league news.
Well, how would you now construct this lineup with Panarin in the lineup? I know you and I talked about it on the other day, but let's hear it on the podcast.
Per text.
And Kevin says, "Happy Saturday, fellas, from sunny Southern California. Hey, nice to have you in the state."
Yeah. Hey, Kevin. Anyways, what I think I would do, I mean, Panarin is a game changer. And I think, for one, I'd put him on a line where you have Kuzmenko on the right.
The Russian connection.
Yeah, those two guys. And who do we need to get kickstarted right now?
Everyone?
Oh, no. Specifically, a player that really needs to get going.
QB.
And he was I would probably put that's how I would start it. That and get them going.
Yeah.
I mean, who goes out in overtime? QB. He goes out. He's the center that goes out on the start overtime. And he plays way better there than he does 5-on-5, I think. But that's what I would probably do. I mean, you also could put him with Kempe and Kopitar.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of a line. But I think Kuzmenko, I mean, both Artemi and Andre are great passers. But, Panarin's a scorer. We need to get QB to be a scorer. I think that's where I'd start. So.
California Ducks, I'm all over this Midwest win lately. I'm waiting for it to go back to winter weather. I have a trade that might intrigue us both.
Okay.
All right. Would you do Strom for Fogel straight up?
Yes.
Okay. Because Fogel's
Well, we need
defensively sound, right?
he's a very good defensive player.
Okay.
Yeah. But we need
Oh, California sucks. Not Ducks.
well, Adam's making up for mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need another center in the mist, obviously, with injuries and so forth. I mean, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, Kopitar is going to be there. Hellenius is going to be there. I know they've been putting Laferriere there, but I think they prefer him on the wing. Although I'm not upset with the way he's played.
Yeah.
And QB's there, but you had Strom. It gives you more options.
Yeah.
So I would do that trade. Yeah. Would
Okay.
you?
Yeah, I would do it because I know Fogel's a good defensive player. And
Yeah, you
I
got
feel
enough. You got enough offense. You guys need to play better defense.
And it just seems like Strom is just, I don't know, he's just not on the coach's good side right now. So like they have a rookie defenseman playing forward than he's been playing forward. Like Ian Moore, he's been playing more forward than Strom has. So that's what I'm just saying. Like if we got someone like Fogel that can help us defensively, and then you guys need center help, and Strom's a center, so I was like, oh, maybe we can make it work.
I would think it might better both teams.
Yeah.
So
now here's
hey Adam, make a comment. What do you think?
Yeah. Next up. If I was the Ducks, I would have done this Panarin trade in a heartbeat. Because you know how many times I heard, oh, it's gonna be if the Ducks get him, it's gonna be Roger McQueen and 2 first-round picks. And I'm like, I feel like that's too much for a 34-year-old player on an expiring deal. Now, if like Panarin was like 29 and stuff like that, okay, do it. You know, but I know Panarin, like I said, Panarin's still a very top-notch winger in the league. I'm not saying that, but it was just the age that scared me. And what's also scared me was the whole like there was the rumors like he wants 50 million no matter what. Like you could break it up between 4, 5, or 6 years. And I was like, oh no, I don't feel comfortable with that. Like because like I said, the Ducks have Carlson, Cutter, Minty, Zellweger all going to be RFAs this summer. And we need to sign them to deals. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But with this trade package that the Kings sent out was, I mean, I would have been okay with it if we'd done like Solberg and a second-round pick and a conditional like 3rd or 4th round pick, and I think we could have made that trade work. But I know what happened was because Panarin pretty much got to choose where he went. It was pretty much July 1st for Panarin. He got to choose where he wanted to go, and once he decided, it kind of really handcuffed New York on getting a good package. But I mean, they got Liam Greentree, you know, as part of the trade. Like I know that was your guys' top prospect.
Well, you know, the funny thing is seeing a lot of posts on it saying we gave away our future center. He's a winger.
Yeah.
You know, he's a winger. And I mean, I'm not happy he's gone, but I mean, him and the couple conditional later round picks, not a first or a second, I think that's a good trade. I would not have, honestly, McQueen and 2 firsts, no way. That's too much. I wouldn't have done that either. Because, you know, McQueen, I mean, if it wasn't for that back injury, he would have been up in the top 5.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you know, he's a big boy who can play.
And he's looked good, very good in college so far.
Yeah. But you know, I don't think the Kings overpaid for him at all. I thought it was a good trade.
Yeah. Here's Adam. Comment about which part. We were talking about the Strome. Would you do Strome for Ryan Strome for Warren Fogle straight up? And enjoy breakfast. Have a mimosa for me. Sounds good, actually. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm just drinking black coffee right now. And then Kevin says, I was expecting a first plus more or Laferriere plus Green Tree from Panarin and a 3 to 4 year extension. Maybe I shouldn't have doubted Holland. And he also said, Green Tree most likely feels like he will eventually be a solid or good middle six guy. I feel like we got the better end of the deal by a lot. I think Green Tree is going to be, I would say middle six.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, we definitely saw this season because he played with the guy from Washington last
Protos.
year, and I mean they were like almost the same exact stats, pretty close. They both had 119 points for their team, and their team went far in the playoffs. Team isn't as good. His stats are way down, which tells me he needs talent around him.
Yeah.
He's not like Celebrini or Bedard or anybody like that. Or look at what Leo Carlson's done this year. I mean, he's got talent around him, but it's all really young talent. And Green Tree or even Seneca. I mean, I've been shocked by how well he's played. He's totally impressed me.
Yeah.
So
Adam says, yes, I'll take the over Tater Byfield to get rid of Strome.
Over Tater.
So he would take Fogle. Yeah. But like I said, I thought it was a great move for the Kings. Didn't give up much. And what scared me the most for the Ducks end was the extension. Because like I said, I heard he wanted like a long-term deal. He wanted to play till he was like 40, 41. That scared me a little bit, especially what he wanted, for money-wise. So I was like, I don't know. But for the Kings to trade what they traded and then only sign him for 2 years, I would have, honestly, I wish the Ducks would have made this move.
So think about it. How old's Ovi?
Ovi is 41.
Yeah, and still pretty much a presence, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say Panarin can't be that same player?
Let's see, Ovechkin. He's 40.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Ovechkin's known for one thing, and he's very good at that one thing. Panarin, I don't know, I feel he's a playmaker. Playmakers tend to have a harder time later on. Ovechkin just sits in his office and waits for a slap shot.
He's playing on a team that's going nowhere, and he's still scoring. So we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah,
that's why he got 2 years and not more. And he's betting on himself. That's what he's doing. And you got to love a guy who's betting on himself. Yeah. Hey, I think I can go past 2 years, but I'll take 2 years right now and I'll prove it to you.
Yeah.
And then, then he 2 years, he's free to go wherever he wants.
Yeah. But the reason why this all happens is because he wanted to go to LA. That was it. And I think it was a great move.
Nice if somebody wanted to go to LA because it seems like nobody wants to go to LA. So
that's what a lot of people were saying. I believe it was Jeff Merrick was saying that. He's like, this proves the point that it's not, he wanted to go to LA. It shows that people do want to come here. And I believe Jesse Cohen also said it on his All the King's Men podcast. And maybe this will help bring in more star power later on.
Well, we still have a trade deadline to go through, so we don't know if either one of our teams are done making moves to try to better themselves in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
all right, ready for league news?
I am.
All right. The NHL has fined William Nylander $5,000, the maximum allowed by the CBA, for flipping off the camera. That's right. He flipped off the live television camera when he was up in the press box.
Oh boy.
Yep.
We're getting a little spice in the NHL, are we?
Honestly, I kind of like the vibe of William Nylander.
Well,
It wasn't like in a mean way. It was more of in a joking way.
when it comes to he make like almost 11 million.
Yeah.
$5,000 is like a nickel.
Yeah.
So that's not probably going to stop him from doing it again.
Yeah.
A $5,000 fine. So, anyways, the Rangers are trading defenseman Carson Soucy to the Islanders for a 2026 third round pick. So we're starting to see little moves around the NHL.
Yeah.
There's more to come.
And then also the Islanders receive Andre Palat, a 2026 third round pick, and a 2027 sixth round pick. And the Devils receive Maxim Siplikov.
Wow.
I should have waited. I should have had you read that name.
I think I would have gotten that one. I think I knew that name. So,
these last two trades are weird. Both in division trades, and Islanders are, stacking up. I think it's great moves by the Islanders because, they got Soucy and Palat as some, depth help, got some picks. On Maximum Siplikov, I hear he's been struggling this year, and they were saying there's a chance that he could just, mutually, they could, the Devils and him can mutually terminate the contract, and he'll probably go back to the KHL in Russia. But for the Devils, it's good because they got rid of Palat's $6 million a year. So, that's for this year and next year.
Yeah.
So, and then you want to take the next one?
Yes, Team Sweden has named forward Marcus Johansson and defenseman Hampus Lindholm to their Olympic roster as injury replacements for the Ducks, Leo Carlsson and Jonas Brodin.
Yeah. So,
and I kind of figured with the injury that Carlson had that he wasn't going to get to play in the Olympics, but he's pretty young still. He got a lot of years to play.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you what, he's a really fun player to watch.
He really is. So,
yeah.
And I'm okay with this move. I would have loved to see him in the Olympics because I think Sweden is stronger with him too. But as a Ducks fan, I want him healthy. Like if the Ducks were in last place and everything, I'd be like, go to the Olympics, play for your country, represent, try to win a gold medal. But with the Ducks playing, this well this season, and they're in a playoff spot right now, I'd rather him be healthy and help us make that playoff push for the rest of the year. Wow. Big Glenn in the chat says, "Sup guys? Hey Glenn, how you doing? Happy Saturday." But yeah,
is he ready to play?
No, so his timeline was 3 to 5 weeks. I think we're at 3 weeks right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take that chance.
And I'm okay with it. So, and then some more injury news. Canucks goalie Thatcher Demko will undergo hip surgery and will miss the remainder of the 2025-2026 season.
He's had nothing but injury problems here for the last few years. And they just signed him to a big
3-year, $8 million a year contract for someone that can only play 10 games a year.
Yeah, it hasn't looked like a good move so far. But of course, we can see the Canucks are still struggling.
Yeah.
So the Avalanche have signed Sam Malinsky to a 4-year, $4.75 million AAV extension.
Yeah, good move by them. Pittsburgh Penguins forward Brian Rust has been suspended for 3 games without pay for an illegal check to the head to Vancouver Canucks forward Brock Besser. And I can tell you, I saw the replay. It was a nasty hit.
Yeah. Oh, the Dallas Stars will host the Vegas Golden Knights in 2027 Stadium Series on February 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Yeah, in Jerry's world. So honestly, I feel like this is gonna be a great matchup.
Although two tough teams, that's for sure. That is a really good matchup.
I guess I could delete this one. Patrick Kane is the highest scoring U.S. born scorer ever with 1,375 points, passing Mike Modano. There's one more American he needs to pass, but this is just U.S. born player.
Okay. And let's see. The Red Wings have signed pending UFA defenseman Ben Sherratt to a 3-year, $3.85 million AAV contract extension.
Yep. All right. And then we had probably the best outdoor game ever in NHL history. We had the Bruins Lightning game. We had the fastest goal in outdoor history with 11 seconds. We had a goalie fight. Bruins thought they won a game, but there was a penalty called instead. Swayman had a great breakaway save on Kucherov. Gensel had a shootout snipe. And the first 4-goal comeback in Tampa Bay Lightning history. Yeah, that's right. At one point, the Bruins were up 5-1. And the Tampa Bay came back and won this game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
This was probably the best outdoor game we're ever going to see.
Well, a lot of history left in the game of hockey. So,
well, at least that we're going to see. But like I said, with Vegas
maybe
and
me,
Dallas, you
but
never know.
You have quite a few more years.
Yeah, that's true.
Other news: Barry Trotz will be stepping down as the GM of the Predators. He will announce the resignation today, which I'm sure he probably already announced that, right?
Yeah.
But he will be staying in the position until the role is filled. Interesting.
Yeah. So he'll be the GM for the trade deadline and everything. They're saying they're hoping to find a new GM before the draft. Can we sign Modano? Can we sign Modano to get rid of Strobe? I mean, how old is Modano? How long has he been retired for? But yeah,
yes, Adam. Yes, you can do that. Go right ahead.
Do it. So they already hired an agency to help with the hiring process. They don't know how they're going to do it. Are they going to hire president of hockey operations and a general manager? Hire one, and then that person will hire the GM. Like I said, we don't know. I've heard a lot of interesting names in the hat. They're saying, Brendan Shanahan and Rob Blake work together.
Interesting.
They're also saying a lot of people that live in the Nashville area, former players and that are now working in the NHL, like George Peros and Anaheim Duck legend Ryan Getzlaf. So those are some names I've heard, and I know there's a bunch of other, assistant GMs. I heard Martin Madden was another one. So like I said, it should be interesting what Nashville's going to do with this, especially where they're at. Are they going to sell? Are they going to stay? Are they going to buy? Because I know they're not that far from a playoff spot. So. Yeah. The next bit of news is the NHL has suspended Penguins defenseman Caleb Jones for 20 games without pay for violating the NHL and NHLPA performance-enhancing substance program.
Oh, this is crazy news now. Top 2026 NHL draft prospect Gavin McKenna has been charged with felony aggravated assault, misdemeanor simple assault, and 2 summary offenses following an altercation at a state college.
Yeah.
He faces 20 years on the felony charge alone if found guilty, per the report. Now, I've heard a lot of things, something like some guy said something about his mom.
Keep going to the next one.
Oh, prosecutors have dropped the felony aggravated assault charge against McKenna. Prosecutors in Central County have say that they will be withdrawing the felony aggravated assault charge against Penn State's hockey star Gavin McKenna. And well, that's kind of repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess he was agitated to hit the guy.
Well, yeah. The story is, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumored story is, and it sounds like it could be true, but like I said, we don't know, is that the guy that Gavin McKenna hit was causing a scene and called McKenna's mom a whore. And honestly, if I was Gavin McKenna, I would have done the exact same thing. I'm not judging here. So I say free McKenna if that story is true, free McKenna.
Yeah. God help anybody that says anything like that about your mom, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting to see those little. I'm trying not to. I want to say certain words on here, but those 2 little rats that messed with you at the Ducks Kings game that one time.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll never see them again.
Yeah.
Maybe they listen to the podcast. Hey, that's the guy
Yeah. I'm watching out for you guys. Devils acquire Nick Bukestad in a trade, and the Blues get back Tarmas Bordelot, a conditional 2026 4th-round pick, and it is the latest available 4th-round pick in 2026. Yeah, it doesn't say the teams on here, so yeah.
So obviously we all know the Olympics have started, but the trade freeze started at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on February 4th to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on February 22nd. Teams cannot practice from February 6th to the 16th. Teams can have full practices after 2 p.m. local on February 17th. The Olympic tournament is from February 11th to the 22nd. NHL schedule resumes on February 25th. My understanding is Panarin will practice February 18th with the Kings.
Here's Adam. He said it. The little.
Oh God!
I'm gonna just leave it on the screen. Sorry for you audio listeners. Let's just say it's the donkey hole.
It's AH. Figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
And then so Seth Jarvis is going to the Olympics for Team Canada. For Braden Point, Tampa Bay, who is out with an injury. And then I'll just say the next one too. Okay. Sam Bennett has also been named to Canada's Olympic team, replacing injured Anthony Sorelli.
So the Sabres have announced goalie Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen will no longer play in the 2026 Olympics for Finland due to a lower body injury. Boston's Joonas Korpisalo will replace Luukkonen on the Finnish roster.
Yep.
You did that on purpose.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, you know how to say their names. And then Jonathan Huberdeau will miss the remainder of the season to undergo hip surgery.
Ooh.
And then the last one, I got some funny facts for you guys. So they call it the Battle of Florida, I'm calling it the ultimate fighting or Florida fighting champions. So in the 6 games Florida and Tampa have played, including preseason, I'm going to tell you the date of the game, how many penalty minutes were in each game for each team, and how many game misconducts each team had. Preseason game number 1 on October 2nd, 104 penalty minutes for Florida, 82 for Tampa Bay. Florida had 5 misconducts, Tampa Bay had 3. On October 4th, preseason, Florida, 104 penalty minutes, 9 misconducts. Tampa Bay, 182 penalty minutes, 9 misconducts. Regular season game 1 on 11/15, Florida, 14 penalty minutes, 0 misconducts. Tampa Bay, 16 penalty minutes, 0 misconducts. December 15th, game number 2, Florida, 19 penalty minutes, 0 misconducts. Tampa Bay, 17 minutes penalties, 0 misconducts. Third game on 12/27, 49 penalties and minutes, 1 misconduct for Florida. Tampa Bay, 87 penalties and minutes, 4 misconducts. And this last one we just had on February 5th, Florida, 66 penalty minutes, 5 misconducts. Tampa Bay Lightning, 81 minutes and penalties, 4 misconducts. So in the 6 games that these teams have played against each other, Florida has 392 penalties or like minutes, 20 misconducts. Tampa Bay, 465 penalties and minutes, and also 20 misconducts.
Guess they don't like each other.
They really don't. That's why I called it the Ultimate Florida Fighting Championship.
I think Tampa's winning that battle right now.
Yes. I would agree so.
Yes.
So that's it for news-wise. Let's go into recaps. All right, I'll let you go. You start.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going all the way back to January 27th, and we're in Detroit. And, you know, a betting man would bet that Detroit and ex-coach would wax the Kings. I think that's what I predicted. And surprisingly, let's go to the scoring. But who starts the scoring? But the fourth line, Samuel Hellenius gets his second from Mulata's fourth at the 10-minute mark of the second period to start the scoring. And that was the last of the scoring in the first or second period. There was none in the first. So we go to the third. That got a little more exciting. Andrei Kuzmenko, who obviously has found his chi here, and he's playing so much better than he did early in the season. He got his 11th on the power play from Kempe, his 23rd, and Fiala his 19th at the 6:46 mark to put the Kings up 2-0. Then Alex DeBrincat gets his 28th from Sider his 29th, and Patrick Kane his 23rd, and it's 2-1 Kings. Then towards the end, at the 18:47 mark with an empty net, ex-Anaheim Duck, Corey Perry gets his 11th, an empty netter from LaFerriere his 12th, and the Kings win 3-1. Anybody shocked? I was, especially with you look at the stats a little bit. So, shots on goal, Detroit 28-22. Face-off, 68.5% to 31.5%. The only thing right now that I see the Kings have won is the power play. They were 1 for 3, and Detroit was 0 for 4. But I guess some of the later stats might go a little more on our side. Hits 21-11 to Kings. Block shot 16-15 Kings. Giveaways, of course, we won that one 20-15, and takeaways, Detroit won that 6-5. The 3 stars of the game are Alex DeBrincat with a with a goal. Number 2 star, Samuel Hellenius with a goal. And the number 1 star, Andrei Kuzmenko with a game winner. So Kings beat Detroit 3-1 in Detroit. On to your first game, Cody.
All right. Our first game was all the way back on January 26th. Wait, that's not right, is it? No, that's not. There it is. Sorry. January 25th, where the Ducks played on the road. Adam says he's always shocked when the Kings win.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam.
Yep. The Ducks are in Calgary. I believe this was the third? Yeah, the third to last game on the road trip. And we play in Calgary. And this game did not start well at all. The Ducks were getting completely outplayed in this game. Like I said, I'll tell you in the shots department alone. But Jonathan Huberdeau got the scoring start in this one, getting his 9th of the year to make it 1-0, and that was at the 6:17 mark. And less than 2 minutes later, Hunter Brustevich got his first of the year to make it 2-0 Calgary, and it's 2-0 after the first period. And we go into the second period, and it was all Beckett Seneca. Beckett gets his first of the game, his 16th of the year at the 3:22 mark. Killorn with his 10th assist, and Granlund with his 13th assist. And that makes it 2-1 Calgary. And then at the 12:41 mark, again, Beckett Seneca with his 17th of the year. Same 2 people with the assist. Granlund, 14, Killorn, 11. And now we're tied 2-2 going into the third. And then at the 4:50 mark on the power play, Matt Coronado takes the lead for Calgary to make it 3-2. And then Chris Kreider comes in with a snipe and gets his 17th of the year, ties it up 3-3. Palin gets his 14th assist and Cutter's 23rd assist of the year. So we're tied 3-3, and then we go into overtime. And who do you think is the overtime winner? The man that gets his first career hat trick,
Seneca.
Beckett Seneca with his 18th of the year, Lacomb's 27th assist, and what a great shot this was. And you should have heard Kreider's comments after the game saying, I don't think I've ever been looked off by a 19-year-old before. Because it was I want to say it was a 2-on-1 against the goalie, and it cried around on the other side. So, but hey, it went in. It's the game winner. Beckett Seneca with the hat trick. Here are the stats. Like I said, shots on goal, 35-21, not good. Faceoffs, 58-42 in favor of Calgary. Power play, the Ducks were 0-2. Calgary was 1-1. We got out hit 28-25. Block shots 18-16 in favor of Calgary. Giveaways 20-17 Calgary, and each team had 3 takeaways. Ducks win the first. That was the first game we've played Calgary all year. So we have the season series right now. Where are the shots? I know they have it on here somewhere. Guess not. But your 3 stars of the game, you have Brustevich as the number 3 star for Calgary with the 1 goal. Coronado with the 2nd star with the 1 goal, 1 assist. And Bucket himself is the number 1 star with the Hattie. So that is our first game of the recap.
All right. Then the Kings go to Buffalo. And the really hot Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah.
They've been playing. I mean, they've been talented for quite a few years. It just hasn't transpired into wins. But now, all of a sudden, they're doing it. So let's go to the scoring. In the first period, rumored, maybe possibly on the trading block, Alex Tuck gets his 20th. On the power play for McLeod is 25th and Quinn is 20th. At the 7:14 mark of the first period. Then Matthias Samuelsson got his 9th from Darlene is 32nd, and Quinn is 21st at the 11:17 mark to put Buffalo up after one period 2-0. And we go to the second period. Alex Tuck gets his 21st from Byram is 16th and Benson is 19th at the 6:29 mark. And Buffalo is up 3-0. Well, the Kings do finally get on the board. Adrian Kempe gets his 18th on the power play from Fiala, his 20th, and Clark his 20th at the 7:47 mark. And after two periods, Buffalo is winning 3-1. It was a hard-fought third period, but the Kings had to pull the goalie, and with 1 minute left in the game, Alex Tuck gets the hat trick, his 22nd from Quinn, his 22nd, and McLeod his 26th assist. And the final is Buffalo 4, Kings 1. Let's go to the stats. Kings outshot them 38-32. Again, they lost the faceoff circle 62.5% to 37.5%. Kings were 50% on the power play, 1 for 2, and the Sabres were 33.3%, 1 for 3. The hits, this is where I don't get how they score 4 goals. 30 for the Kings, 9 for Buffalo. Block shots, Buffalo won that one, 13-11. Giveaways, they won that. We gave away 20. They only gave away 16. And they took the takeaway 6-5. 3 stars of the game. You won't see a king in the bunch. Quinn had 3 assists as the third star. Alex Lyon, the goalie, with a goals against average of 1 and a .974 save percent, was the second star. And Alex Tuck with the hat trick. With 3 goals, the number 1 star. Now to your next game, Cody.
All right. So now we go to January 26th, where we're on a back end of a back-to-back against the dreaded Edmonton Oilers. Don't let the score say this game was different. So the Ducks lose this one 7-4. But like I said, let me get to the scoring. Mikael Granlund gets a scoring start in this one on the power play, his 10th of the year. Chris Kreider gets his 11th assist and Cutter's 24th assist. That was at the 3:24 mark. So the Ducks are up 1-0 at early up. And then Zach Hyman at 17:14 in the first period on the power play ties it up. So now we're tied 1-1 after 1. Second period, Alex Killorn gets on the board. His 6th of the year assist from Paling, his 15th, and Trouba his 14th assist. And that was 55 seconds into the second. And then we had the dreaded 4 minutes of this game that ruined this game for us. So here's the 4 minutes of goal. 4 minutes for the 4 goals. All by defensemen. Spencer Stastny at the 4:36 mark gets his 2nd of the year and ties it up 2-2. Matthias Ekholm, his 4th of the year, 6:28, 3-2 Edmonton. Darnell Nurse, his 7th of the year, 7:34. And then to top it off, Matthias Ekholm again, his 5th of the year at 8:25. So less than 4 minutes, we give up 4 goals. And that 4 minutes cost us the game. So we went from being up 2-1 to being down 5-2. But then at the 13:41 mark, Mikael Granlund again gets his 11th goal of the year on the power play. Beckett Seneca got the assist, his 24th assist, to make it 5-3 Edmonton. And then we go into the third period. And who do you know scores again? Mikael Granlund to complete the hat trick, his 3rd goal of the game, also his 3rd power play goal. Beckett Seneca gets another assist, his 25th of the year. Lacombe, his 28th assist of the year. This was at the 13:38 mark of the third period, and that made it 5-4 Edmonton. So like I said, it was a great game until the 18:12 mark, where Connor McDavid scores his 33rd goal on the empty netter to make it 6-4 Edmonton. And then the Ducks pull the goalie again, and Matthias Holcomb also gets the power, gets an empty netter to complete his hat trick. And I believe Edmonton was the first team to have 2 different defenseman hat tricks in back-to-back games. Evan Bouchard had one the night before, and Alcombe had it in this game. So that's how the Ducks end up losing 7-4. So I would really say 5-4. But like I said, that 4 minutes in the second period is what really cost us. Like, I don't know what happened. The Ducks were playing great until those 4 minutes. So let's go to the stats. Ducks outshot them 41-32. We also won the faceoffs 52-48. Power play, we were 3 for 4 on the power play, thanks to Granny. And Edmonton was 1 for 3. We out-hit them 25-13. We had 15 block shots. They had 10. We had 14 giveaways to their 19. And each team had 6 takeaways. And that was the first game of the season series between Edmonton and Anaheim. And we only have 2 more games against each team. 2 games against this, Edmonton. One on the February 25th when we come back from the Olympic break, and then March 28th. 3 stars of the game. I already know 2 of the 3. Yeah, Hyman is the number 3 star with the 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Granlund was the number 2 star with his hat trick. And of course, Matthias Ekholm with his hat trick is the number 1 star. So far the Ducks are 1 for 1 since our little break.
On to my next game, Kings in Philadelphia. Let's go to the scoring. First period at the 3:10 mark, Adrian Kempe with his 19th from Laferriere his 13th and Perry his 16th. Kings are up 1-0. Shock. And Adam, you're going to get shocked in this game too. 4 minutes later, Adrian Kempe gets his 20th, again from Corey Perry his 17th, and the Kings are up after the first period 2-0 against Philadelphia. But ex-Mighty Duck Trevor Zegras on the power play gets his 20th goal of the season. From Brink his 10th and Konechny his 30th. And it's now 2-1 Kings. And that's how it stays through the second period. We go to the third period. And the only scoring was Travis Konechny with his 22nd, from Ristolainen his 4th, and Grebecken his 8th. And we go to overtime. And in overtime, what a surprise. It's Quentin Byfield getting his 10th, from Kempe his 24th and Doughty his 11th at the 2:48 mark. And the Kings, in overtime, beat Philadelphia 3-2. Let's go to the 3 stars, or let's go to the stats first, see how that all went. Pretty even on the shots. I'd say definitely even, 21 apiece. Again, they lose face-off 52.9 to 47.1. The Kings were 0 for 2 on the power play, and Philadelphia was 1 for 2. The hits were 29 Philly, 25 for the Kings. A block shot, 16 Phillies, 11 Kings. Giveaways. This is where Philly lost it. 18. Kings only had 7. Takeaways, Philly took that 4-2. 3 stars of the game, Trevor Zegras, the 3rd star with a goal. 2nd star was Darcy Kemper. His goals against average is 1.91%. And then his save percentage, 905. And with 2 goals and an assist, obviously the number 1 star was Adrian Kempe. On to your next game, Cody.
All right, this next game, this one hurt out of all of them. So the Ducks finished the 5-game road trip in Vancouver. Vancouver is the worst team in the league right now. Like I said, this one hurt. There was 0 scoring in the first 2 periods. And the Canucks even had their goalie, his starting goalie had to come out for like the first 2 minutes of the second period because they said it was an either equipment thing or like a concussion spotter thing. But he was able to come back in. But like I said, no scoring until the third period, where Drew O'Connor got the scoring started. His 13th of the year from assist from Jake DeBrusk. It was 1-0 Vancouver. And then at the 9:32 mark, shorthanded on the empty netter, Teddy Bluger iced the game for Vancouver. So the Ducks get shut out against the league's worst team, the Vancouver Canucks. They didn't have Besser. They don't have Quinn Hughes anymore. And it's technically their third string goalie because they have Demko, they have Lankinen. So we got shut out by what's his name? Tolapio. Like I said, we've played this goalie twice now, and I don't know, he just has the Ducks number for some reason. But here are the stats. The Ducks outshot them 33-26, but we lost in the faceoffs 52-48. Both teams were 0-for-3 on the power play. Ducks had 21 hits. Vancouver had 10. Both teams had 13 block shots. Ducks had one more giveaway than Vancouver, 12-11, and Ducks had 3 takeaways to Vancouver's 1. And so far, we're 0-for-2 against the worst team in the league. We've lost 5-4 and 2-0. So hopefully these next 2 games are in the Ducks' favor against them, because these are games Ducks have to win. And because of this loss, that's why we're in a wild card spot right now. If we win this game, we're in the third spot in the Pacific. So, like I said, these are games we have to win. 3 stars of the game. You had Lukas Stolstall as the number 3 star with giving up the lone. He only gave up 1 goal with a .960 save percentage. Drew O'Connor had the game winner. He's the number 2 star. And then Tolapio is the number 1 with the shutout. Actually, technically, it's not a shutout because I guess I didn't know this, but to get the official shutout, you have to play the full 60 minutes. Or if you come off the ice, it's only for like the delay penalty thing. But since he was replaced for a little bit, but like I said, he just seems to have the Ducks number. So it's a game I really did not want to talk about. And you can tell it was a very short recap. So we'll go on to your next game.
Well, the Kings go to Carolina to play the Hurricanes. And let's go to the scoring to start off. In the first period, Jordan Staal on the power play gets his 13th from Svechnikov, his 27th, and Gatsafird his 28th. 1-0 Calgary. Second period, no scoring. In the third period, Nikishin gets his 7th unassisted at the 12:57 mark, and now Carolina's up 2-0. Samuel Hellenius gets his 3rd from Malott, his 5th, and Dumoulin his 11th. And now it's 2-1 Calgary. And then Quinton Byfield scoring in his 2nd game in a row gets his 11th from Adrian Kempe, and it's tied 2-2. So we go into overtime. But the Kings lose the game on Sebastian Aho's 19th from Jarvis, his 18th, and Gapasir's his 29th, 3-2 at the 125 mark, so it didn't take too long. Let's go to the stats. The Kings were outshot 34-13. That's pathetic. They were even in the faceoffs, 50%. 0-for-2 on the power play for the Kings. And Carolina was 1-for-4. Kings out hit them 25-11. Kings had 25 block shots to 12. And on giveaways, they had 12. Carolina had 13. Takeaways, Kings 5, Carolina 6. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. You won't see a king in the bunch. Nikishin was the 3rd star with a goal. Stahl was the 2nd star with a goal. And Aho with the game winner in overtime is the number 1 star. Now on to your next game, Cody.
All right. So the Ducks come back home after that 5-game road trip, and we host the Vegas. I guess Mom's not here, so I could probably say it. No, I'm just kidding. The Vegas Golden Knights. And we got, this is the game we actually first got Troy Terry back. Actually, I forgot to mention. So Troy Terry flew up to Vancouver, practiced, and then didn't play. And then Ducks come back home, and I think it was just to get Terry some more practice time, but I would have been pretty annoyed if I had to fly all the way up to Vancouver and not play. So, and we probably could have used him that game. But in the first period, the Anaheim Ducks get the scoring started with Chris Kreider getting his 18th of the year. Paling gets his 16th assist, and Minty gets his 9th, and that was at the 13:21 mark, and that was on a deflected shot. And it's 1-0 after 1. And then we move to the second period. We're going to be on hat trick watch now. Chris Kreider with his 19th of the year, his 2nd of the game, and that was on a tip-in. Trouba with his 15th assist and Troy Terry's 30th assist. It's 2-0 Anaheim, and that was at the 1:10 mark in the second period. And then on the power play, Cutter Gauthier gets his 20. Oops, I just closed everything out. Almost closed everything out on my computer. Give me a second to pull it up. There we go. Cutter Gauthier gets his 24th of the year on the power play to make it 3-0 Anaheim. And Lacombe with his 29th assist and Beckett Seneca's 26th assist. And that's at the 4:32 mark in the second period to make it 3-0 Anaheim. And then Mitch Marner on a weird play where he just had a wide open net. I can't remember exactly what happened, but let's just say it was an unlucky bounce, went right to Mitch Marner. Dostal was on the other side of the net, so Dostal had no chance. So Mitch Marner gets his 15th of the year to make it 3-1 Anaheim, and that was at the 9:47 mark. We move to the third period, and we start letting Vegas back into the game. Ivan Barbashev gets his 15th of the year to make it 3-2 Anaheim at the 10:40 mark. And then Vegas pulls their goalie pretty early. At the 18:53 mark, Ryan Paling gets the iced goal to help ice the game, actually. On the empty netter, Troy Terry get his 31st assist and Trouba's 16th assist. That was Paling's 5th goal of the year. And that made it 4-2 Anaheim on the empty netter. And then with like 5 seconds left, Thomas Hertl scores for Vegas to make it 4-3 Anaheim. So the Ducks sweep the Vegas Golden Knights this year, all games ending 4-3. So we'll move on to the stats. Ducks were outshot this game 31-23. We did win the faceoffs 52-48. It seems like the Ducks it's been closer in the faceoff percentage, so that's a good thing. So power plays, the Ducks had the 1 power play goal. They were 1 for 2. Vegas was 0 for 2. We had 28 hits to Vegas's 17. Ducks had 16 block shots to Vegas's 10. 20 giveaways for Vegas, 15 for the Ducks, 6 takeaways for the Ducks, 3 for the Knights. Like I said, we sweep the season series against the Vegas Golden Knights, all games ending 4-3. And your 3 stars of the game, you had Ryan Paling with the 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points as your number 3 star. Lukas Dostal was the number 2 star with a .903 save percentage and the 3 goals against. And then Chris Kreider was your number 1 with the 2 goals. So that luckily we end that little 2-game losing streak we had, and we start winning games again. So like, especially against a division opponent. So that's it for this Vegas game.
All right. Now we're back home and we're playing the Kraken, and we just haven't necessarily played very well against the Kraken. So far, I think we're 0-2 going into this game, but we do start the first period and get the first goal on the power play. Kuzmenko was 12th from Clark, his 21st, and Fiala, his 21st, and it's 1-0 Kings. Then Shane Wright gets his 10th from Winterton, his 12th, and it's 1-1. Then Adam Larson gets his 5th from Stevenson, his 22nd, and Gaudreau his 12th. And it's now 2-1 Seattle. And then Vince Dunn gets his 8th on the power play from McCann, his 15th, and Stevenson his 23rd. And Seattle, after one period's up 3-1. In the second period, Andrei Kuzmenko, again on the power play, gets his 13th from Kempe, his 26th, and Fiala his 22nd, and it's 3-2 Seattle. Then Shane Wright in the third period gets his 11th on the power play from Gaudreau, his 13th, and Kakko his 15th, and Seattle wins the game 4-2. Let's go to the stats. Kings outshoot Seattle 27-23, and they finally win the faceoffs 56.9 to 43.1. Seattle was 2 for 6 on the power play for 33.3%. The Kings were 2 for 4 for 50%. The hits 18-17 Kings, block shots 17-15 Seattle. Giveaways, Seattle had 14, Kings 12, and takeaways, Seattle 5, Kings 4, 3 stars of the game. Third star is Gaudreau with 2 assists. Second star is Kuzmenko with 2 goals. And the first star is Shane Wright with 2 goals. And we're 0 for 3 against the Kraken so far this year.
Let's just say my predictions of the Seattle being the last place team is really hurting.
Well, I don't think anybody expected them to do what they're doing now, to be honest with you. I mean, I think they've had talent enough to be good, but they just haven't played it. So that's what. Go ahead.
No, you finish.
And I'm done.
Okay. Now I want to say, speaking of Kraken, the Ducks play the Kraken in my next game. This is the Ducks' last game of before the Olympic break. And the Ducks break the Kraken's 4-game winning streak. The Ducks win this one 4-2, and here are the goals. So there was nothing in the first period, but in the second period, Cutter Cody gets the scoring started with his 25th of the year. Jackson Lacombe, his 30th assist of the year. Granlund's 15th assist, and that was at the 4:01 mark. And then Jacob Trouba on a slap shot from the blue line puts it past, I believe it was Grubauer. That's his 9th of the year. Harkins gets his first assist. I thought Harkins would have had more assists by now. But Palin gets his 17th assist, and that was at the 19:27 mark in the second period. So the Ducks are up 2-0 after 2. And we go into the third period. Alex Killorn gets the scoring with his 7th of the year to make it 3-0 Anaheim. Jackson Lacombe's 31st assist of the year. Ian Moore's 7th assist. And that was 24 seconds into the third period. And then Ross, the boss Johnston, gets his 3rd of the year. Jansen Harkin's 2nd assist and Tim Washy's 1st assist. 1-2-3 right there. Honestly, this goal was because of Harkins. Pretty much. The puck was behind the net. Grubauer went to come play it, and I think he just missed the puck or whatever. Harkins goes in, puts in front of the net, and Ross Johnson is there to put it away. Like I said, that goal happens because of Harkins. And Harkins isn't, like, I would say, a top tier player, but I like him on our fourth line. He gets into the dirty areas. He goes balls to the wall every game. And I notice it. So I appreciate players like Harkins. Johnson, like I said, Johnson's been playing like how Harkins was last year. So I like I said, that fourth line, I'm starting to like a lot more and more. So the Ducks are up 4-0, and this is at the 13:54 mark. And then after this, it was all Seattle. Like, it's like the Ducks couldn't get into the offensive zone after this. Jordan Eberle gets the scoring, finally breaks the shootout, because I blame the TNT commentators for saying, oh, the Ducks haven't had a shutout since blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess Seattle's scoring now. God, I hate when commentators do this. It bugs the crap out of me. What? Don't say anything. Are you going to say, oh, this pitcher has a perfect game going, or a no-hitter? Like, you don't say these things. And yet, I don't know why in hockey I hear it so much. Oh, Dostal's pitching a shutout right now. Jeez, well, there it goes. Sure enough, like a minute or two later, gone. So, but yeah, Jordan Eberle gets his 20th of the year. It makes it 4-1 Anaheim. And then Ty Cartier gets his third of the year. It makes it 4-2 Anaheim. And that was at the 17:29 mark. And then the Ducks hold them off after that. But it was literally all Seattle after that Ducks fourth goal. So the Ducks get the second win in a row against two divisional opponents, which we desperately needed. And we did not lose the season series against Seattle. We lost the first two 3-1, and then we won the last two games 4-2. So the stats of the game, Ducks outshot them 31-28. Ducks did lose the faceoff battle 57-43. Seattle had no power play chances. Ducks were 0 for 3. Hits 16 to 12 in favor of Anaheim. 20 block shots for Seattle. 14 for the Anaheim. 18 giveaways for the Ducks. 12 for Seattle. 6 takeaways for the Seattle, and 5 for Anaheim. And your 3 stars of the game. Let me scroll all the way back up. Jansen Harkins with the 2 assists as your number 3 star. Then Lacombe with the 2 assists as the number 2 star. And then Jacob Trouba with the 1 slap shot goal is your number 1 star. So the Ducks, before the Olympic break, get 2 wins in a row, much needed wins. Of course, it should have been 3 wins in a row. They should have beat Vancouver, but yeah. So like I said, and we'll talk about standings and stuff right after this.
Okay, so last game before the Olympics. Kings, after playing Seattle, it was Seattle, right? Yeah, they had to go to Vegas and play against the Vegas Golden Knights. This game, it was all Vegas to start with. Jack Eichel gets his 21st from Stone, his 38th, and Barbashev is 24th at the 8:22 mark. 1-0 Vegas. 3 minutes and 27 seconds later, Mark Stone gets his 21st from Barbashev, his 25th, and Eichel is 47th at the 11:49 mark. 2-0 Vegas. Then Pavel Doroveyev gets his 26th from Stone, is 39th, and Hurdle is 27th at the 13:29 mark. 3-0 Vegas. Then Mitch Marner gets his 16th from Doroveyev, his 18th, and it's 4-0 Vegas. Then somehow Trevor Moore sneaks one in, his 7th from Armia, his 10th, and finally Kopitar's back with his 16th at the 15:03 mark. And believe it or not, that's all the scoring for the whole game in the first period. So let's just go to the stats. The Kings outshoot Vegas 33-22. They lose the face-off battle 61.8 to 38.2. Vegas was 1 for 2 on the power play. The Kings 0 for 5. Hits, the Kings out hit them 18-17. Block shots 21 for Vegas, only 12 for the Kings. Giveaway, Kings had 20, Vegas 18. Takeaways, they each had 7. The 3 stars of the game. Eichel with a goal and assist was the 3rd star. Aiden Hill was the 2nd star with giving up 1 goal and a .970 save percentage. And Mark Stone with 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points is the number 1 star. We go into the Olympic break with another loss to Vegas, although we've won at least 1 game against Vegas this year. We're 1-2 right now with we play Vegas on the 25th. So I think it's our first game back from the Olympic break. So that's all the games.
All right. So where are we at on our predictions?
So over the last 2 weeks, Cody went 4-1, and he's 29-25. I went 4-2 over the last 2 weeks, and at least I'm a respectable 27-30. Because I think I was like 10 or 12 games under 500 there for a while.
So I'm still over 500?
You're over 500.
What was my overall record again?
29-25.
Okay. Wow. All right, so we're gonna talk about playoff picture right now. Since we don't have any games until February 25th.
Okay.
I'll start with the East. Tampa Bay is leading the Atlantic with 78 points in 55 games. Montreal has 72 points in 57 games. And Detroit has 72 points in 58 games. Carolina leads the Metro with 78 points in 57 games. Pittsburgh is in second with 70 points, and Islanders are in third with 69 points in 58 games. And your 2 wildcard teams right now are the Buffalo Sabres with 70 points in 57 games, and the Boston Bruins with 69 points in 57 games. So right now, the teams that are out of the playoff picture, Columbus, they're 4 points behind with 65 points. So is Washington, but Columbus has played less games than Buffalo, Boston, and Washington. Ottawa's 63 points. Toronto 63 points. Philly 61. Florida 61. New Jersey 58, and New York Rangers with 50. So right now in the East, Bruins would be playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Buffalo would be playing Carolina. And you got Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Islanders, and then Canadiens versus Red Wings. And then we'll move to the West. And the top 3 teams are in the Central right here. Colorado has 83 points in 55 games. Minnesota Wild has 78 in 58 games. Dallas has 77 in 57. And then Vegas leads the Pacific with 68 points with 57 games. Edmonton with 64 points in 58 games. And then the Kraken are in third in the Pacific with 63 points in 56 games. And your wild card 1 is the Utah Mammoth with 64 points in 57 games. And Anaheim Ducks 63 points in 56 games because the Kings had to lose to the Kraken and kick the Ducks into the wild card spot.
Way to go, Kings.
Yeah. And then the Kings are the next team out with 60 points in 56 games. And you got Nashville with 59, Sharks with 58. Then you got Chicago with 53, Winnipeg with 52, Calgary with 52, St. Louis with 49, and the Vancouver Canucks with 42 points. So right now, Ducks will be playing Colorado, Mammoth against Vegas, Minnesota, Dallas, and then Edmonton and Seattle. That's what the playoff picture would look like right now.
What? No Kings in Edmonton?
No, as of right now, no. But
Yeah, we'll
things
see.
could still change.
Yeah, we still have a few months of hockey games to be played. We'll see what happens.
Yes. I mean, what was it? Yeah, both of our teams have played 56. So what? We got 26 games left?
Yeah.
And if I did my, let's see, look at my countdown. And we have, as of right now, 20, stupid ad. I'll tell you as soon as this ad goes away on the countdown to the trade deadline. But I'm just trying to figure out like what else is going on. And we can also talk about the Olympics too. All right. So our first game starts for the Olympics. Sorry. Trade deadline countdown. 27 days and 32 minutes from right now. So, and here are the games, and all games are on Peacock in the United States and CBC Gem in Canada. So at least we're able to watch the games. Slovakia and Finland get the first game at 10:40 a.m. I don't know if that's a certain time, like Eastern, Pacific. I don't know. That's the first game, and then Sweden versus Italy at 3:10 p.m. Wednesday, Switzerland and France at 6:10 a.m. and Czechia versus Canada at 10:40 a.m.
That should be a game.
I was gonna say that's the game I want to watch.
Yeah.
And then Group C on Thursday, Latvia versus USA at 3:10 p.m. And then Germany versus Denmark also at 3:10. Friday, Finland versus Sweden, another game to watch. 6:10 a.m. Italy versus Slovakia, also at 6:10 a.m. Also on Friday, Mrs. Chaos says, "Stop fumbling your words. Don't tell me how to live my life." France versus Czechia at 10:40 a.m. Canada and Switzerland. That would be another fun one to watch. That's at 3:10 p.m. Saturday. This will be the last one before we have our podcast next week. We'll do Sweden versus Slovakia at 6:10 a.m. Finland versus Italy at 10:40 a.m. Germany versus Latvia at 6:10 a.m. and USA versus Denmark at 3:10 p.m. So
busy Olympic schedule there.
Yep. So predictions. I want you to who's in the semifinals. I don't know how the playoff bracket works.
Well, that's tough to say because I don't know what the playoff bracket. Well, I think that plays on how they play in each of their pools.
Yeah. So I guess we could do more of that later.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
You know, the teams that should be there probably USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden.
I'm predicting there's going to be an upset somewhere.
Like Czechia in there.
I think Czechia was the team I have on.
Czechia is very good.
Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention. Let's see if I have it right here. So there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flag bearers for their countries that were hockey players. Leon Draisaitl is the
Germany.
For Germany, he is the flag bearer for Germany. Nino Niederreiter, flag bearer for Switzerland. David Pasternak for the Czech Republic. Letnin for Finland. Dogovins for Latvia. Tomas Tatar for Slovakia. And Jensen for Denmark. So just some notable notes there.
Cool.
Yeah. See, I don't see any questions in our that people have sent in. Let's see. Double check before we move on. Yep, no one's sent any messages. So, are you ready for episode 100 next week?
Yeah, I am.
I
100.
didn't think it was
never
going to get
thought
this
we
far.
would ever make it to 100.
I didn't think so either. But I just want.
It's been fun.
It's been
I've
so much
enjoyed
fun.
it. I have a lot of fun with it. I get to do it with you, which means the world to me. So,
Yeah.
and we've had a lot of interesting people, including Captain Chaos and
Yeah.
Eric Rodriguez, and I mean, just think of Kevin, two Kevins, you know, Dylan, Eddie, Jesse, Kyle, yeah, and Doug,
Colby from the Mighty Ducks memes too.
Yep, Colby.
I feel like we're missing someone.
Well, we have maybe some exciting ones happening in a few weeks too. So
yes, I'm not going to spoil the ones that we're having on ours, but we are going to be on another podcast. I said what, March 1st?
That's what you said. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Someone asked me and my dad to jump on one of ours. I'm working on a couple of special episodes for us on here, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
I'm working on scheduling. That's it. So, well, I'm excited. Episode 100.
Yeah, like I said, I never thought I'd make it here. Never thought I'd be a podcaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm a podcaster because of you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Add that to your resume.
Well, I wanted you to. It's something you so desired, and yet you couldn't find someone to partner with you, and I'm certainly glad it was me.
Yeah. So, let's see. Don't you me?
Ooh.
So do you know which team has the most cap space right now in hockey?
I don't.
Let's see. So right now, Chicago has the most with 38 million. Detroit has 36 million. They can make some moves.
And they're pretty good.
Yeah, and they're good. So expect to see some moves in Detroit. Pittsburgh has 32 million. The Ducks also have 32 million. So Pittsburgh, Detroit, Anaheim, be on the lookout for that. I don't see rentals for Anaheim or Pittsburgh. Maybe Pittsburgh. LA has 9.56.
Yeah, they ate a little bit of that up getting Panarin.
Yeah, but I honestly like what a trade. What two trades that Holland has made so far. If you think about it, you traded Deneau, Greentree, and a conditional third, which could be a second, and what could be a fourth round pick. You traded all that for a second round pick and Panarin half retained.
That's not bad.
I say that's very good work by Holland. I will say.
They may not be done.
Yeah, they may not. Well, I mean, Warren Fogel's already on the trade block.
Yeah, I see that. I see the Kings. If they do something, they're probably going to pick up a center.
Yeah,
I mean, they need another center. And then, if they really did pick up a really outstanding center, you could move Byfield back over to wing. I think he was better at the wing right now than center. So, because if Turcotte comes back, I think he's a center.
Yeah, he's
their best. He's their best face-off guy.
Yeah,
yeah. He's got a better percentage than even Kopitar.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he's been hurt, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But all right. Well, I'm actually surprised we did all that game recaps and everything. We're still around our normal time.
Yeah, well, we didn't have a whole lot of wasted time in that.
No, we
This
definitely did
episode,
not.
so we jumped through all those games pretty quick. So I'm happy for that, and looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any like top. All right, here. All right, I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna do this real quick. Here's the top 2026 unrestricted free agents right now, and you tell me yes or no if you want them.
Okay.
On your team. Nick Schmaltz. No. Darren Radish.
He's pretty good. He would be a nice addition.
Yeah. I'm not Alex Ovechkin, but he ain't leaving Washington.
That's
Alex.
not
Alex,
realistic.
Alex Tuck.
I like Alex. I've always liked Alex Tuck. I would pick him up in a heartbeat.
Yeah. John Carlson's not leaving Washington. Malkin's not leaving Pittsburgh. Charlie Coyle.
I like Charlie Coyle too.
I think I would skip on Charlie Coyle. Anthony Mantha?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'll be at the Ring game tonight. It's the Pink in the Rink game. Oh, that's cool. All right, and then here's the top restricted free agents. So I want to check out something. So you got Bedard, Cutter, Zegras, Dorofeyev, Carlson, Fantilli, and Brent Clark. And then the top one, Jason Robertson. That's what I want. That's what I wanted to look up. Teams. I want to look up Dallas.
I hear Dallas is going to pay him.
Okay, so what does their cap space look like next year?
Well, your cap space is going to get a lot less.
No, it's true. I'm just trying
to
see.
You guys got a lot of restricted free agents you need to sign.
Yeah.
Clark deserves a raise for sure.
Okay, so right now
he needs to be in the first line defense.
Who?
Clark.
Oh. So right now, if the salary cap stays at what it says it is, because I've heard it could jump up. But right now it's saying if it's at 104 million next year, Dallas has 16.4 million in cap space. So they have space, but I don't know who they need to resign. Let's see.
Well, obviously Robertson's one.
Jamie Benn will be a UFA. Adam Ernie, Nathan Bastian. And then Robertson as the RFA. Defensively, they're going to lose. I mean, it looks like they could do it. You know, if they keep everyone on like cheap deals, they could do it.
Well, Ben's at the end of his career. He might just say, "I'd like to stay in Dallas."
He's 30. He's 36. He's the captain. He's making $1 million already this year, but he's also has $3 million in performance bonuses if he hits them. So if he stays at like that hit, you know, that moves it to 50. But the thing is, like, I think Robertson's looking at I think right now money like the $12 million a year.
Yeah, he definitely has earned that. He's had a great year.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting. He's the I know like the top person that people want to try to get, because I've heard oh god, it was a team that they were saying for Robertson. I can't remember now. Adam says Ovi already said he's retiring. I've heard that, and I've also haven't heard that. I don't know if it's actually him that said it. Let's see. I'm trying to see who else. I want to know scoring leaders. Let's see. Robertson. I would love that. Robertson to Ducks. Maybe you add Jason Robertson's because his brother's also in the league too. And I know he's looking his way out too. All right. I was just trying to see if there's anyone else that we can look to get. But all right, you ready to get out of here?
I am.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for staying with us after our little week break that I would say that we kind of needed. But episode 99, guys, and next week it'll be episode 100 for us.
Amen.
So please, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell all your family and friends to check out Whirly Quack for episode 100. We wouldn't be here without any of our fans. Like I said, follow us on all social media at Royally Quacked. Hit the download button on the audio side. Leaving or a rating or a review. We would really appreciate it. It really helps. Like I said, liking the video on YouTube also helps us get noticed a little bit more and helps the algorithm out, so people can notice us a little bit more. So that would really help. And Adam says no more time off.
We'll try, Adam. We'll try.
I have plenty of PTO saved. I deserve time off.
Yeah.
Me too. But no, the NHL will be on a little hiatus, but we will not. So we will be here next week for you guys, and I think we even have a very fun idea. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have a very fun. We already thought about the idea for the podcast idea. So stay tuned for episode 100 for us next week. Like I said, thank you to everyone, Adam, Kevin, like I said, everyone that's always in the chat. Like I said, tell your family, friends, share the video, and we'll see you guys next week. Let's go Ducks.
And no more PTO from the podcast, Adam said. Just let's go Ducks and go Kings go.
Hey,
don't Adam, forget 100 next week.
Adam, you're welcome to come on. I'll send you.
We'd love to have you on, Adam.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
You would actually like our idea for next week. I'm gonna just say that now. So I'm not gonna say anything on. I'm not gonna say what the idea is, but we'll tell you next week. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week for 100.
Yeah.
All right, later, guys.